So today we've got Simon from Pinche Pinche. So Simon, tell us a bit about what it is that you do.
I've got a restaurant which is Mexican inspired in Allerton.
Nice. And with the restaurant itself, obviously with it being Mexican as well, what is it that inspired that? How did it all begin?
Well, I lived in Mexico for a year and learned to cook a few dishes while I was over there. And the place came up for sale, and I thought, how hard can it be?
Going back to your time in Mexico, then, like, how is it you learn, or who is it you learned from? What was
Right.
out there?
Well, I went there with this sort of preconceived idea that Mexican food was going to be really bad. It was going to be sour cream and beans and yeah. So when I got there, I was blown away. My first love were pork tacos. There was a place where I used to live, and next door there was a taco place that did things called carnitas de Michoacan, which are carnitas, little bits of meat that are cooked in its own fat, confit, and there's all kinds of mad ingredients that go in there, and I fell in love with that. And then where the factory was, where I worked, there was a comida corrida, which is where the workmen go to eat at lunchtime.
Yeah.
And I became friends with the lady that owned that, Senora Aguila, and she used to teach me different dishes, and yeah, just blown away by the food over there.
Perfect. Well, with that as well, I'm guessing that the name is Mexican inspired or Spanish or something. Like, where did it actually come from? How did you come across that?
Yeah, it's a little bit controversial, that one. When I was working in the factory, which was basically in the ghetto south of Mexico City, a place called Tláhuac.
Yeah.
So I was living and working there, and I tried to learn Spanish while I was over there, and I've got a vulgar Mexican accent and vocabulary. So pinche is like an all-encompassing swear word in Mexican Spanish. And so if I'd ask, oh, what's that called? They'd say, oh, it's una pinche cosa, which just means it's a crappy thing, or even stronger than that. And but in Spanish, Castilian Spanish, pinche, it's an old word that means a kitchen helper, the kitchen boy.
Right.
Which is its true origin. And I was working with a Mexican guy in the restaurant, and he made a mistake, and I said, oh, you're a pinche pinche. And that's where the name stuck.
And since then, it's just been...
we decided we wanted to change the name from what it was originally, and I just wanted to hear people in North Leeds saying pinche.
Nice. And now you've been in Allerton for, is it 14 years?
14 years there, yeah.
Did you ever see it being that long? Did you ever, was a vision that?
Well, you kind of get into things, and it's a hard business, catering, and it's a slog, if you like.
Yeah.
But it needs complete dedication for it to work, and we enjoy what we do, really, and it's just become part of our life.
I was going to say, on top of that, then, like, what do you think is the secret behind the success of the business?
Just trying to remain true to what the original idea was. Is to do not authentic so much, but use authentic ingredients, techniques, and be true to the food. It's fresh food. It's honest. Might not be the best in the world, but it's honest food, and I think people can recognise that even when we get it wrong.
Yeah.
It's true to the belief that I had about the food, is that it's a lot better than people thought it would be.
And for anybody that's not been or seen the restaurant, where is it and how do they find you?
We're on Harrogate Road, 116A Harrogate Road. Blinking, you'll miss us, so keep a lookout for a very green paint job.
Nice. No, perfect. Well, thank you for sharing your story with us today, Simon, and thank everybody for watching as well.